Hello, all you people and others. It's that time of the week. We got us the Phillipsburg Journal for Friday, March 14, 2025. The story of the week is going to be Zachariah Robison. No N in the Robison. Okay. See what the front page has to say. You got the Rush recap. Rush Township. There's something called the Richard Street Saga. Phillipsburg resident Bob Brandstatter inquired about a status report on the water runoff problem on Richard Street. Yeah, purchasing playground equipment. Everything's approved for upgrades to the municipal park. Hey, I just realized they actually are having articles where it says what it's about right at the beginning. Wow, they get a new editor or something? Ampliform Geotech conduct subsurface investigation. McCall reported that he and Jackson met with representative from Geotech Engineering to move the Black Mashannon solar project ahead. I might as well go ahead and flip to page 3 and see what else they talked about at the Rush meeting. I'll be with you any day now. Okay. This is the continuation here. It says miscellaneous. The board heard that several planning and zoning inquiries have been submitted. And Officer Doran takes care of business. Township code enforcer reported that the old Caprio structure is down and cleaned up. And new brush truck for Mountaintop. Those of you who don't know, Mountaintop is what most people call Sandy Ridge Fire Company, but their official name is the Mountaintop Fire Company, just like Osceola is Columbia Fire Company. The board spent the rest of the short meeting puzzling over the winning bid to help get Mountaintop Fire Company a new brush truck. That's the entire thing that they say about that. They were puzzling over the bid. Okay, you got Phillipsburg Disc Golf Course ranked top in PA. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know they had a disc golf course, but I guess it makes sense. Not too hard to do one of those, but the Wilderness City Disc Golf Course was recently established behind the Elks Country Club, but already it's attracted quite the following of players. Okay. Now there's a thing here. It says, boys and girls, it's time to save Santa. The Elks started a fundraiser to make repairs on the big Santa Claus for down there. Okay. I did notice when I looked at page 3 something exciting. We do have a police report this week. Let's see. There's also a thing that says Kephart to chair coal caucus. Representative Dallas Kephart today announced that he would chair the legislative coal caucus. Yeah, okay. Police report. Go till she got no mo. Robin Gamber, 21 of Julian, was driving Monte Carlo eastbound in Morris Township when she failed to negotiate a turn, hit a curb, hit a stop sign, crashed into a large ditch. Gamber was able to drive out of the ditch and continued south on the highway until she could not drive any further. She then fled the scene, failing to report the crash. When troopers caught up to Gamber's car, it had 2 flat tires and no headlights. They made contact with Gamber by phone, and she said she had a bruised cheek. She was cited for failing to drive at a safe speed. Now, I'm not going to make any kind of guesswork as to exactly why the accident happened and why she left, but I will tell you, if you have a situation like that and you feel that you may be cited for some sort of under the influence or anything like that, you're probably better off not being there and taking a hit for things like driving at an unsafe speed or even hit and run. Although, if there are other people involved, you don't want to be hitting and running. But anyway, here we have hit 2 trees. Jeffrey Schugert, 71 of Morrisdale, was driving his Equinox on Deer Street Road in Morris Township again when he drove off the left side of the road and hit a tree. The vehicle kept going and hit a second tree before coming to a rest, and they took him into the hospital. Hit 1 telephone pole. Bailey Boyer, 25 of Phillipsburg, was driving her Nissan in Chester Hill. She attempted to stop where the vehicle stopped ahead of her and slid into a telephone pole. She also had to go to the medical center for precautionary measures. Pope Mobile. Didn't know he was in the area. William Pope, 20 of Tyrone, was driving his Hyundai southbound on Irwin Drive in Decatur. He suddenly made a sharp left turn, spinning the car 180 degrees, going off the roadway and hitting a tree. People are being awful rough on trees around here. Pope fled the scene and was later found at his residence. He was charged with failing to report an accident. His car had to be towed by Dunlaps. Blind crossing. Now, I just did a little editorializing here. I'm not the kind of person who likes to judge. And I think, people of all types have a right to be involved in society and all. But if this is going to be about a blind driver, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I'm against driving blind. Blind crossing. Theodore Parks Jr., 68, of Allport, was driving his Ford van, attempting to cross East Prescow Street. When he crossed, he was struck on the passenger side by a Dodge Charger driven by Hannah Ertwine, 21 of Phillipsburg. No injuries were reported. Parks was charged with crossing the intersection without clearance, and he was also towed by Dunlaps. Let's see. And I cannot turn the page. Bob Seger would be ashamed of me. Ooh, a lot of obituaries. We have Alfred John Leaford Sr., born 1965, in West Decatur. Patricia A. Hensel, born 1950, of Osceola Mills. Ricky Droll Sr., born 1949. Marie C. Susie Jones, born 1933. The Reverend Robert McKay IV, born in 1942. Jane M. Moskal, born in 1931. She was an Osceola person. Barbara Ann Barb Wychrist, born in 1963. Let's hope there's no more on the next page. That's a lot of obituaries for 1 week. Okay. Pios Hunt finished 7th at the 136-pound category at Hershey, that'd be state wrestling championship. 7th in the state is not bad. Shapiro administration encourages Pennsylvanians to share feedback on transportation projects. By the way, with everything going on in the country right now, it is very easy to Google the name of your local congressman and find his or her phone number and email or whatever, and let them know what you think about the cuts to things like Medicaid and the VA. I just saw a thing that said Johns Hopkins Hospital is laying off 2,000 people because of the cuts to federal research grants. Johns Hopkins, one of the premier hospitals and research facilities in the entire world. But yep, apparently Musk and all his little Doge children think that that's a waste of money. Here we have Memory Lane, the good Big Springs Tipple. Having trouble reading this. On Route 350, across from the entrance to Glass City. The picture looks kind of faded to me. I'll show it to you, see if you can. And then we have the star of the week, Zachariah Robertson. There he is. We'll find out if that's his parents or who that is sitting there with him. Zachariah Robertson, son of Eddie and Tiffany Robinson Delgado. First senior ever to sign commitment from West Branch's esports program. He'll be attending St. Francis, majoring in biology with a minor in pre-med, and will then attend medical school to become a pediatric cardiologist. I hope he sticks with that. Way to go, Zachariah. And he's in the esports program. That would mean gaming or something. I don't know. I'll have to find out exactly what they're doing. That's interesting. Also, I have a little bonus thing for you from our reporter on the street. Here's a short clip from, it's within an hour. Might have been just about a half hour ago. A little bit of the Veterans March on DC. Let's see what's going on down there.
Come a 3-year battle that they have still yet to win. Russia is not as strong as they pretend to be.
Nor is Trump.
Any American that wants to be like Russia is intellectually simple, and that's the nicest way I can think of to say it.
That's you, Brian.
Russia has a 10% or more.
Okay. So I just thought I'd show you. That looks like a pretty good crowd down there today. Have to check the news. They're supposed to be having veterans go to DC and all the state capitals. We'll have to see if people showed up in Harrisburg today. Anyway, that's all the news I got for this week. We will see you around campus.
And that's the way it is.